Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Driving with Miranda on the Car Guide. I have the super cool, super rugged, totally awesome 2022 Subaru Outback Wilderness. If you can't guess, I kind of like it, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. I love me some Subaru, and for anybody that knows me knows this to be the truth, and I gotta say, this 2022 Subaru Outback Wilderness is pretty freaking cool. I've always loved the Outback. You know, first one I drove, I think, was in 2006, 2007, and it's gone through a lot of changes over the years. You know, it kind of went from super wagon to had an SUV feel at one point, and now they've kind of mashed the two body styles together, which I think is perfect for this vehicle. You know, the 3.6R was always my favorite Outback, obviously the most powerful engine. This one in particular, I'm going to get into why it's so cool, but let's talk about specs just for a moment. So it comes with a 2.4 liter horizontally opposed boxer engine, traditional Subaru. It's got that same boxer engine sound, turbocharged, and it gives out 260 horsepower and I think 277 pound-foot of torque. It had a CVT, but it is a shorter ratio lineartronic CVT, so it means the gears react a little bit, the fake gears react a little bit more quickly than in a traditional Outback, and that's part of the Wilderness package. With the Wilderness package, you also get Eyesight, which is a very well-rounded and efficient nanny system. I call it a nanny system. It's the cameras that look out the front windscreen, just like giving you another set of eyes to watch in front of you. They're located really well up here above the rear view mirror, and they're positioned in such a way that even in the winter, they're functional. So a lot of the systems that use lasers or little sensors on the outside of the car, they're pretty useless in the winter because crap gets covered with, you know, it gets covered with snow and ice and slush and whatever, and the system's constantly turning off. So in this case, as soon as you clean your windshield with your windshield wipers, your cameras can then work again, which is really nice. So along with the Eyesight, with the Wilderness package, you also get a raised ride height. So you get 230 millimeters of ride height. You also get 17-inch tires, and you get 4 tow hooks, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. And you just really, honestly, this thing is built for adventure. Obviously, it's called Wilderness. And another really cool feature about the Outback Wilderness is that when you purchase this, for a limited time only, obviously, and you get a pass to all of Canada's parks, a family pack to Canada's national parks. So there's about 80 parks, historical sites, museums across Canada, and upon purchase of your Wilderness, you are handed a pass that gives you access to all of them for a year. So you have a year to pack up your Subaru Outback Wilderness with all of your things and your children and take that journey across Canada and see the amazing country that we live in and all of its national parks with your all-new Wilderness. Now, in terms of how this thing drives, obviously Subaru, I've got my all-wheel drive, asymmetrical all-wheel drive. I wish I had snow. I know, I'm sad that I just said that since spring has finally arrived and it's really nice today. But I do wish that I had some snow to play with in this particular Outback, and given the ride height, and it's a visible ride height difference. Like, this thing looks rugged. It's got huge wheel well cladding, much larger than a normal Outback, the big plastic black caps over the wheel wells, and I love that. This is a massive wheel gap because of the suspension being raised. And then I've got, you know, the black line on the hood and little gold accents here and there. The tow hooks are covered in gold covers. I've got gold on my steering wheel. I've got my little gold. You see that? It says Subaru, what does it say? Subaru Wilderness right there. What does it say? You know, gold stitching. I've got gold on the shifter. It's just really cool little touches that I think make this car worth it. Again, drives super well, very solid. I'm averaging 12.2 liters per 100 kilometers right now, and I haven't done that much highway driving, which is likely why it's a little bit higher. The most highway I did was just one day. Otherwise, it's been really short urban or suburban jaunts, which obviously make your fuel economy go a little bit higher. But it's not a terrible number for a car like this, especially given the all-wheel drive, given the, you know, increased ride height. It's not super aerodynamic. I also have roof rails on, which sadly are a little bit loud on the highway or at any speed. If you've got the sunroof open or a window down, you can really hear the wind buffeting through the Tool roof rails. It is what it is. Now, in terms of interior space and amenities, I've got an 11.3-inch tablet style screen here in the middle, which is super functional, really easy to use. Subaru Starlink is not the best in the industry. I don't mind it. It's not terrible, but it's also not amazing. Apple CarPlay is super easy to hook up. I've got a charge pad down here. With this particular version, the Wilderness, I get heated seats in front and in the back, which your rear seat passengers will appreciate in the winter. Plenty of cargo space in the rear, as I said. Lots of room everywhere, super comfy seats. I love the honeycomb pattern on the seats, and they heat up very quickly, I can tell you that. And yeah, overall, you know what? This looks like it could go anywhere. It looks like it could do anything. The hexagonal or honeycomb fog lights in the front, also specific to the Wilderness Edition. Super cool little dynamic detail to the front end. But you know what? You know this is a Subaru. You recognize it. You see that it's something special. You see that it's something different. And I think that's really important with this particular car, because it is different and it is special, and you should take notice. And is it worth the price difference? I gotta say yes. When I say that it's worth the price difference, a base Outback convenience starts at around $31,995, I believe, MSRP. And a base Wilderness starts at $41,995. So it's a $10,000 difference, but you're getting that capability and you're getting that off-road prowess that, yeah, Subaru has, sure, no matter what. But all those little differences and the little details and the design elements and the updated or upgraded, technology and the Eyesight and the big screen and, you know, the color coding inside and all those little details, I really do think that they are worth it. And as a whole, like, Subarus come well packaged, even in their base form. And the beauty with Subaru is that across the lineup, you know, every single model has at least 4 or 5 or more different trim levels and different versions of the vehicle. So there really is one for everyone. And I think this Wilderness is a bit of a niche market for sure. But there are people who are going to want this, and there are people that are going to absolutely love this. And it makes me a little bit sad to think that most Wilderness Outbacks will likely live in the city and not see a whole lot of time in the woods or out, you know, and about adventuring. But I really hope that those who do look at the Wilderness and are drawn to this vehicle are drawn to it because they have that lifestyle and because they can really put this vehicle through the paces it was designed to go through. Another really cool feature that the Subaru Outback Wilderness has is the X mode, off-road driving. So as you can see here on the screen, I have vehicle controls, I have driving assistance, and I have others. So the vehicle dynamics control, this is what I'm talking about, X mode. So you can choose snow, dirt, normal, deep snow, mud. Now normally the X drive button would be down here somewhere by the shifter, but they decided to hide it in the onboard system, which is fine. It's actually quite easy to get to. Just this little button right here will bring you there. And then of course you can fix up your cruise control, auto vehicle hold, which is if you're at a stoplight and you don't want to keep your foot on the brake, you can activate that. And then the steering responsive headlights. So that's cool. So as you turn the steering wheel, your lights will turn with you, which is very good for off-roading, especially at night, or if you're driving country roads, turning a corner, you really want to be able to see what's coming before you get there. And then of course the driving assist, that's your pre-collision braking, your lane departure warning, all that stuff. And down here, all your warning, and then your units of measure. But kind of cool that they put it in the onboard system instead of just being a button down here, and it lets you really kind of control it and tailor it to your driving style and needs. All right, guys, well, that's been it for me in the 2022 Subaru Outback Wilderness. super cool edition. Yeah, you know what? It costs a little bit more, but the extras that you get are awesome. Plus, you get that pass to all the parks across Canada. And honestly, what better excuse than to take a road trip, take the family, and explore this amazing country that we live in. As always, guys, if you have any questions or comments, you can hit me up at Miss Miranda L on Twitter and Instagram, Miranda Lifestone on Facebook.com, or drop a comment below. Enjoy the spring weather, guys, and I'll see you back next week.